Okay,
Hey,
here we are.
Truth Bomb Tuesday it is. Welcome back, you guys. It is December 31st. We are looking a new year right in the eyeballs. Anybody excited? Anybody setting some resolutions, some goals, thinking about what you're going to kick butt in January, just February, March, the rest of the year? Anybody? I know I am. So, Megan and I are going to come to you today and we're going to drop some truth bombs on the reasons why you're not going to be successful at achieving your goals. I know, real sunshine, right? Rude. But here's the thing, the reasons that you're not going to be successful in 2020 are probably the reasons that you weren't successful in 2019. So let's drop some truth bombs all over this, bust this can of worms open so that we can do this year a little different than we did last year, right? So here is number one reason why you are not going to succeed in 2020. It's because you mistakenly rely on motivation to get you to the finish line. Unfortunately, folks, that's not what motivation is for. If motivation took you to the finish line, we would have an earth full of Tony Robbins, right? You go to those events, he psychs you up, you feel great, you walk away motivated, you walk away inspired, and then what happens a week later? Nothing, because motivation goes away, right? It's like that hot date that ghosts you, gets you all excited. It's nowhere to be found. So there's one shift that you can make for 2020 is stop relying on motivation to get you to the finish line. Because motivation is there to get you started, but it's the habits that see you through, show you success, and get you to the finish line. What you got, Megan? I know you
Oh,
got one.
I like that. I think that might be our theme. A common theme is the habits that get you there. Because mine is number two, trying to out exercise a bad diet.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm guilty. I am so guilty. I've even a lot of times I would do good all week and be clean eating, low carb in it, and come the weekend and just throw it out the window. Eat, drink, and be merry. Okay, but the thing of it is, just eating a donut, okay? You have to exercise 30 minutes of swimming. 30 minutes. Okay? If you that same donut, you'd have to walk 54 minutes to get rid of it. I don't want to eat a donut and think I have to walk 54 minutes in the wrong direction now because I wanted something good in my mouth.
Of
You
course, I'm
just want to.
thinking of like eating a donut and then like back floating in a pool for 30 minutes. Is that going to cut it?
That's right. Who's got time for that? I mean, so yeah. Um, it's just calories in versus calories out. So again, exercise is good, but it needs to be one of your habits. So
So
again,
you're
we're
saying
back.
I can't use exercise as a crutch for eating a butt ton of food? That doesn't work?
Well, unless you're that person, which I do have a friend that does this, that exercises every day, twice a day, okay, and does it. But we're talking crazy workouts, okay? Not everyone has that same zeal or that same push or drive. She has a crazy drive, love her for it. But I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, a lot of times you're gonna put on muscle underneath the flub. So
Yeah, they're just gonna
you're gonna
bulk
be
up.
sick.
And honestly, like, who feels like exercising after eating a donut? Not me.
Now, usually you go real fast for a little bit and then crash. The sugar crashes there. So
Yep,
yeah,
yep,
that's number
amen.
two.
Okay, number three. Are you ready for this one? You're
Okay.
addicted to your excuses.
Ouch.
Ouch. Does that hurt anybody right here? Ouch. So I know that in 2019, facing my excuses head on with myself, with my mirror, with my coach, with my community of healthy people, with my husband, with my kids, like getting real freaking honest about my own bull crap, right? My own excuses. And what I've learned through the last year is that making excuses to let myself off the hook was a habit. It was stuff got hard. The trigger was it got hard, right? The behavior was I made excuses to let myself off the hook. The result was I felt temporary relief. And that temporary relief was enough to destroy my momentum and my progress, get me totally off track. And long term, it felt crappy. It didn't feel like freedom. It didn't feel like relief. It triggered a whole slew of like guilt trips and being upset at myself, and oh Lord, it was a disaster. So I want you to get real. Get real about what excuses you've been allowing yourself to use to get off the hook, because letting yourself off the hook is not going to get you what you want. And that's the one thing we're all really good at. We're really good at coming up with excuses to let ourselves off the hook. Have you done that before, Megan?
Well, I'll start next week. I'll start on Monday.
Oh yeah, it's the weekend. It's Christmas. It's New Year's. It's okay. Tomorrow's a new day.
Tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow. Yeah.
How many tomorrows have you started?
Up until this year, a lot, because I gave myself an excuse. It's just the way, it was poor genetics. I didn't have a choice. So that's why I was the way I was.
Oh.
That's a deep one. Yeah. It's my genetics. I'm predisposed to this body shape and this weight.
More like I'm behaviorally programmed to be predisposed to making excuses.
I tried to make it fly. I tried to sell it. Some people bought it.
My BS meter is flagging over here. Morning, morning, morning.
Dang it, I didn't think I would hit that, but I got it. All right.
Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it. Okay, Megan, what's number 4?
Self-sabotage yourself before you reach your goal or the finish line.
That one stings a little bit too.
I have done this. I was doing a very popular program, and I lost the weight, and then I just stopped. It's just you get to a certain place, and also when I rejoined that, I thought, well, I've done this before. I lost the weight and I regained it back. So why should I bother? Why bother? So, it's not good. It's easy to give your, the other one is I'm stressed. Kind of back to what you were just saying. I'm stressed. So that equals chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
Stress equals chocolate. Oh, yeah. The other one is, well, I exercised this morning. I can have this piece of pizza.
So it's the excuses
I did the
that
work.
You're using to self-sabotage.
I did the work, though. Why can't I have a treat?
Yeah, right. I deserve it.
Well, I'm not a dog. I don't need a treat for one. But okay, dogs get treats. Okay.
Dogs get treats, not humans. Humans self-sabotage by giving themselves treats.
Food-related, yeah, they give food-related gifts instead of going out and like getting your nails done, getting a pedicure. But yeah, you self-sabotage. Well, I worked out. I can have this piece of cake.
Yeah, I did good. Give me a treat.
Yeah. And then that way, though, the thing is, it's because you're putting the cake in or the treats in, you're not really getting into, I'm not feeling fear. I'm not feeling self-doubt. I'm not disappointed because, stuffing the food in covers all those. But if you're not stuffing the food in, there's a chance you're going to have to feel some of these feelings. And like you said, it's enough, that conflict, and just take the pressure off of me. Well, if I eat this, it took the pressure off because I'm not thinking that I should be doing something else. So.
Well, I was just going to ask you why you think we self-sabotage, but I think you nailed it. We self-sabotage because it gets uncomfortable.
It's because, especially this time of year at the holidays, how many people all get along with your in-laws? Really? Okay. So what do? You park and you hide out at the snack table. Okay. You park it there and you're just, instead of talking, you're just shoving stuff in. What?
Sorry, I'm busy.
Right. You keep making trips up because, it's easier to hang out with food.
Interesting.
Food is nice. Yeah.
Interesting. So let's challenge you guys to think about how you self-sabotage, because I'm willing to bet you that if you get really honest, you're going to surprise yourself. Because I bet that self-sabotaging has been a behavior pattern for a very long time. And it all starts with awareness. So take a moment and think that one over. How do you sabotage yourself? And no, you don't deserve a treat for identifying it.
No. Well, the other thing is too, another self-sabotage, a different angle from this is once I lose, once I lose the weight, I'll be able to do this, or, or my life will be better. My marriage will be better if I was just thin. There's that whole thing too.
Well, and then you get thin and you realize that it didn't fix your marriage and you're like, screw it. Why did I do all that work? Right. Or I've heard of the opposite where there are women that are terrified to get into a relationship. So they sabotage their health and stay overweight so that they are less attractive, so that they don't have to face the discomfort of healing from past relationships and open the can of moving forward. Woo, that got deep.
Ouch. But yeah, because then you can't get hurt. If you can't be, if you keep that wall around you, you're safe.
Yep, safe. And by safe, we mean your heart is totally closed and you're also safe from being loved. Yeah. Truth bomb.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5, you are a victim of life circumstances. Now, if there is nothing that I have learned in the last year, there is one thing that will stick with me for the rest of my life, not only for my own personal journey, but for every single client that I have coached. And that is the fact that life is amazing at giving you reasons to put yourself last. It's amazing at giving you excuses. It's incredible at throwing you curveballs. And here's the thing. If you continue being a victim of life circumstances, you will never be successful at becoming the dominant force in your own life. And what that looks like is you taking a stand for your health regardless of the curveball. Because the truth is, when everything else feels totally out of control and big and scary and all of those things, you always have the choice to drink water. You always have the choice to eat small portion, high nutrient dense foods every 2 to 3 hours. Those are always things that you can control. And so you have to stop. You have to stop being a victim of life, because if you continue being a victim of life, you will always be a victim, because life is amazing at kicking you in the pants, stomping you down, throwing that curveball, you name it. Life is amazing at providing those opportunities for you to give up on yourself. Stop giving up on yourself and start living.
Oh, I like that. That is good.
Yeah. It's truth bomb. Ooh, we got a lot of truth bombs here today.
Love it. Okay. Number 6. Are you okay? That got you, didn't it?
That was painful.
Yeah. Girl.
How many of us are victims of life and not living? That's so sad.
It is. It is.
Ouch.
And there's so much out there. Yes. Yes. Okay. Number 6. The quick fix for a long term, instead of getting the long-term results, working for the long term. Quick fixes. The Amazon body in 2 days. Can you relate to that? I want to sign up for that. I don't want to do the work. I just want to take a pill or drink something. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's really common, especially right now. There's like the Black Friday quicker way to fat loss 6-week program. There's the New Year, New You pill thing for 3 months. There's the cleanse. There's the shakes. There's like, oh, Lordy, you name it. And the thing is that every single one of those things prey on your desire to create a long-term result. And they trick you into believing that they have the answer in the form of a quick fix. And I hate to break it to y'all, but that's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
I have people all the time like, do you do keto? You're doing keto, right? I did keto. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing keto. Mm-mm. Like I have, And they're like, well, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm like, my first question is, how long can you sustain that? I'm like, that's fine. If that's what you want to do, I'm down. Okay. Do your thing. But can you sustain that? Can you do that for many years, or is that hard on your kidneys? I've heard, high protein, you got to watch a little, you got to be careful. Just a thought. What did you learn from doing keto? Did you learn any new habits, or did you just eat certain foods and you lost a bunch of water weight? Just asking for a friend, you know. The other thing is, did you put weight back on after you quit the keto? I'm using the word keto. And if you do keto and it works for you, I'm no disrespect. I'm just using that word because it just happens to be what came to my mind. So, I mean, everyone teach their own. But, you know, what happens when you quit? You know, do you have a way to transition off of it? Do you have someone to follow up with to say, hey, you know, how are you doing? You know, is it working for you? Did it work for you?
Mm-hmm.
Just a thought. I mean,
really. Well, I think here's the takeaway of that is when you're looking at losing weight, do you want to be losing weight the rest of your life? Or do you want to lose weight and be freaking done with it? Because I don't know about you, but at this point in my life, I am done with that yo-yo. I'm done with it. It's so ridiculous. Like, I'm amazing at losing weight. I historically suck at keeping it off. And guess what? I'm done with that. I'm putting the suck bucket away and I'm going to go kick some real butt in 2020. And that means that I am not relying on motivation to get me to the finish line. I am not trying to out-exercise a bad diet. I'm not over here being addicted to my excuses and let myself off the hook. I'm not self-sabotaging. I'm not a victim of my circumstances. And I am not looking at any quick fix to get me a long-term result. And that's the beautiful thing about having friends and meeting coaches and coaching clients and enjoying this journey is that this is what we're in for. We're in for the long term. And we have a saying in our community that we do hard things because changing behavior is hard. Making a lifestyle out of being healthy when you're used to letting yourself off the hook and being a professional at losing weight, it's hard. But we do hard things. And guess what? In 2020, we're going to be freaking rocking because we're over here doing hard things, not looking for any baloney to swallow to get us off the hook.
That's right. That's right. This is the first year that I am not desperately white-knuckled, worried, and thinking, am I going to lose weight? Is this a year I'm going to, you know, get to the weight I want to be? And for me, it is a weight. And for me, and some people, it's not. Some people are like, well, if my clothes fit, I'm fine. Great. Okay. Whatever your thing is, as long as you feel good, you're healthy, whatever. But for me, I knew I just didn't feel good. And this is the first year, like, I just keep thinking, like, it's not on the plate at all to lose weight. I might try to get stronger to do more competitions because I'm crazy. That's my own thing too, but weight is not on there. I want to financially, I have some goals too, and traveling, but the weight is not on there.
How does that feel for this to be the first December 31st that you are not focusing on trying to freaking lose weight yet again, another year in a row?
It's amazing. And the other thing is too, is like when I did that other program, I gained the weight and my old habits came right back. I've been maintaining for 4 or 5 months and even for the last 2 weeks, I haven't even been able to work out because I hurt my back. My scale has not moved. It is just fine. Everything, I'm just doing what I know works, eating every 2 to 3 hours, controlling my blood sugar, checking in with my health coach, and working it.
Boom. That's powerful. That is being the dominant force, people. No more excuses over there in Megan land.
Not today, bro. Not today.
Not today, bro. Okay, you guys. So here's the thing. Happy freaking New Year. Now that we've dropped all the truth bombs about why you're not going to be successful, tuck those in your pocket and go kick butt in 2020. Much love.
Bye.